Welcome back to our Bluesy Water channel. Today we're going to complete the overview of our chart here. In the last video we did hydrogen and the homeopathic protocol and PEMF. In this video we're going to go over the Chi Machine and our Breathe Like a Yogi for Dummies protocol. So basically these are two excellent practices that really will help with what we call somatic meditation, and they're part of our trauma release program. As you can see here, Breathe Like a Yogi for Dummies is our #1 recommendation in our trauma release program. Excuse me. #1, this is a very inexpensive, easy thing to do. It's very simple, very fundamental. It costs $30, $40 to buy this, what we call breathing mask, on Amazon. This allows you to breathe in a yogic fashion, and if you read this blog, it explains what the fundamentals are. So we'll click here real quick. Here's the blog, Breathe Like a Yogi for Dummies. So basically this has to do with the fact that when we breathe normally, we get rid of too much CO2, and it turns out CO2 is a gas that causes relaxation, unwinding, and actually optimizes the delivery of oxygen to the cells. So in summary, we give you a very simple way to achieve this result through a simple tool that you can find on Amazon. Okay, so it's called Breathe Like a Yogi for Dummies. And then the Chi Machine with the Theracane is a very unwinding practice. And we'll follow this link here, and there's a video, and you can see that's the movement of the Chi Machine. With this cane here, you can basically get 2 points along your spine. They're called bladder points in Chinese medicine. But essentially when you do the rocking and start hitting points along the spine, which Chris is doing there, you feel a very deep unwinding and relaxation response. So this is a very simple way to process trauma, and in a way that's actually where you can let go and relax. This doesn't take much. Once you get that Theracane positioned in a point, you can literally just let go and relax. That's what makes this practice so unique. You don't have to think or use effort, except maybe a little when you're moving, sensing the next point to go to along your back. Okay, so back to the chart. Let's go over the Chi Machine first. So for systemic issues, although this is not going to kill pathogens per se, this it does help with processing the lymph system, and definitely opens up the energy flow. The spine is critical to chi flow, energy flow, blockages in energy. So although it doesn't get the highest marks, it's still beneficial in that regard. For energetic structural, it definitely is a great practice for working on the spine, and the spine is vital for, in my body work sessions, I spend a lot of time on the spine. If you don't get energy flowing down the spine, you'll get blockages through all parts of the body. So this is a vital key part in body work, and in Chinese medicine this is called the kidney bladder meridian. It's also associated with fear and anxiety. Okay, for environmental toxins, this is not going to really specifically go after any heavy metals, chemicals, anything like that. It just basically helps the lymph process, and it's generally relaxing, so it doesn't get top priority on that. For subconscious programs, this is a huge therapy. The rocking motion is very nurturing, and when you start releasing those heavy-duty bladder points around the spine, you're getting some very primitive, suppressed memories, and this is a way to subconsciously access very deep buried trauma memories and let go. Actually, this practice is what got me to go to bodywork school, and it really was the fundamental teaching for bodywork, because I became deeply aware in my own body of these powerful meridian points along the back, the spine, and now I can name them, but instinctively this practice will have you seeking out these deep access points for emotional release. And the rocking is just, we rock babies. It's a primitive motion. This is why the Chi machine gained so much popularity when it came out, because this very fundamental rocking motion is very healing. Okay, and then as far as detoxification, once again, it's not going to go after heavy metals, chemicals, microbes, but it will help with the energy flow and help the organ function indirectly by accessing the spine, which innervates the different organs. So it's also, again, good on the lymph system. Alrighty, so on to the Breathe Like a Yogi for Dummies. Systemically, doing this practice delivers way more oxygen to the cells. So getting the cells oxygenated is huge. And obviously, as we mentioned before, when you get the proper CO2 back in the body, you start to relax, nervous system relaxes, and relaxation is critical for healing. Alrighty, as far as energetic structural, same basic principle. As it says here, vasodilation, nerve relaxation helps with overall unwinding. So if you're subconsciously gripping, we call it the grip of death, you're playing these memories and your body kind of constricts. This counteracts that constricted process. When you stay frozen and constricted, things start to tighten up and you start to get injury. So if you have a blockage, let's say in your lower back, now you can have kidney problems, or you can have lower back muscle issues. So this is a vital practice for overall unwinding. For environmental toxins, again, it increases the efficiency of the oxygen in the body, which helps with overall immune function. It's not going to directly go after heavy metals and chemicals. For subconscious programs, this is yogic breathing made simple, which is foundational for relaxation. Breathing practices are enormous. You're really defeating your stress response in a very natural, easy to do way. And if you're subconsciously stressed, it's impossible to meditate, really. So that's why breathing is so fundamental. So this is really a no-brainer, because you don't have to learn to practice special breathing techniques. Dr. Buteyko, who studied the yogis and created what was called Buteyko breathing, has a practice he developed, but it does take a lot of effort, and this is sort of a shortcut way to achieve what he was trying to teach. Alrighty, so for detoxification, it increases the energy flow and also increases the oxygen delivery, which is essential for detox. So once again, it's the same thing. If you have a lot of oxygen going to the cells, you're going to be much more effective in your detoxification. Now, ozone therapy, which we discussed previously up here, is pumping a huge amount of oxygen into the bloodstream. So it is what we call the king of antimicrobials. However, this, although it won't be a huge dump of oxygen like that therapy, will create more oxygen delivery. Also, I want to mention that this practice is excellent for athletes who want to increase their sports performance. And in fact, the mask we recommend is generally marketed to athletes to increase sports performance. However, in Russia, as you'll see in the blog when you read it, the device that they use, called the Frolov device, is marketed to people with illness and disease. So the breathing mask we recommend works on the same principles as the Frolov device. All right, so that's basically it. Chi Machine, Breathe Like a Yogi for Dummies, once again, critical to our trauma release program. And very, very simple, childlike, and easy to do. Very simple fundamentals. So if you have any additional questions, please email me, andrew@blueseawater.com. And please review this chart, follow the links. These are really our quintessential technologies and practices. Check out the videos. Keep in mind that synergy is really important. So, we went over like the blue Z water, the ozone, and showed you some links to our synergistic antimicrobial formula. So sometimes you might miss a piece, and it can be the vital difference between success and non-success. So please try to understand all these individual pieces and then look at the synergies, because really it took me years to figure out these synergies, and when you hit that magic combination, things really start to change tremendously. All right, thank you, and take care.